Hey, you are now listening or watching the Halos in the Infield podcast, sponsored in part by Noble L Works over on 1621 South Sinclair, where you can get discounts by just mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield, drink discounts on us, baby. And also by 714 Tickets, 714 Tickets. The price you see is the price you get, and you also get 10% additionally off in the Apply Now code once you order your tickets just by mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Now enjoy the show.
Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Welcome to the Halos in the Infield post-game podcast with Todd Fox, sponsored by Noble Ale Works Brewery, as well as 714 Tickets. This is your nightly destination for all things Los Angeles Angels. Come join Todd as he recaps every thrilling and disappointing moment from tonight's game, win or lose. Get ready for insightful analysis, fan reactions, and Todd's engaging commentary. Plus, fans can call in live to the Halo hotline to have their voices and opinions heard as well.
It's the Halo hotline.
Stay tuned in for your chance to win free Halos merchandise with our weekly trivia.
It's all about the game.
It's time to dive into the heart of Angels baseball with Todd Fox on the Halos in the Infield postgame podcast.
There's a drive from Mike Trout. See you later. That is long gone.
It's the Todd Fox postgame podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
I need your seed.
Who's got the biggest biceps? Marsha. Who's got shoulders like a man? Marsha. Who's got a ring this rich? Marsha. Who's got a thing for young surfers? Marsha. Who put the tree up the grill? Marsha. Who could slam a shack? Marsha.
Congratulations, pal.
Congratulations, pal. Hey, welcome into another episode of the Halos in the Infield postgame show on the only network that gives it to you straight, that gives you all the facts, that has a conversation back and forth instead of a one-sided tirade that's pretty shitty on most networks and is always a narrative-based opinion. We do it real here on Halos in the Infield. I'm your host, Todd Fox, once again. And tonight, the Angels lose again. Whoa, surprise! Surprise. Didn't see that one coming, did you? But who cares? The season's been over. Contrary to what AM 830 has told you or has shoved up your ass all season or down your throat, whatever way you take it, it is real talk now as we get into September. All the rants that I've done all season, that we've done here on Halos in the Infield, are whatever you want to take them at this point. And also, what is there to be said of a minor league single A team that we've predicted would do the same things that they've done, whether they have a full roster or not? Because analytics suck, and then they've ruined your and my Halos. Again, first inning home run by Big Ears. Who gives a shit? Because that's all you're going to score. And you got the analytics saying swing for the fences the rest of the game. Don't worry about getting guys on base. That's for losers. And that's the only run you score all game. And then, again, even with Suarez being as bad and fat as he is, he still gives you a good start. The bullpen does a great job. You should win the game, but you don't score. So it doesn't matter if you give up a run or make an error late in the game. You still lose because you can't score. But that's been a broken record all season. I'm sorry. Frankly, I don't feel like ranting on the same tired topic here late in September when we can't even look forward to the Angels maybe getting better and seeing young rookies doing things, because even the rookies are hurt at this point. Even guys that we thought would be a cornerstone for the future are shut down for the season. So you're literally playing out the string, and it is what it is. So let's talk Ohtani. Let's talk girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. Let's talk the guy on a day where they released Julio Urias's video of him beating the snot out of his girlfriend. Let's talk about Ohtani. Let's talk about what was and what became of our relationship and where it's at now. Are we still the jealous, I'm still looking at her from afar as she's dating another guy, or committed in a relationship with the Dodgers? Are we happy for him that he's doing these good things? Are we jealous that he's wearing blue? Or are we just absolutely pissed on how it got here being our fault or thinking it's our fault? There's many questions. I think everyone has picked a side. By this time in the season, I think everyone's, well, are we the type that we blew it as an organization? Was it Artie's fault? Or did Ohtani basically get his experience with us? Maybe we're the good-looking jock, and she, Ohtani, is the hot girl that can do so much better financially and goes for the old guy who's got the established business and the nice car and the home, where we're, paycheck to paycheck, but we're a good-looking dude, and we could support her with love. But no, she doesn't want that. Ohtani wants the big bucks. Ohtani wants the lifestyle. He wants all that. He wants the glitz and glamour. Or are you the fan that says, no, we didn't give him enough. We didn't give him enough love. We didn't give enough support. And there's something to that as well. I kind of fall in the middle of those last two analogies that, I just brought up. I think he went for the better looking dude or not the better looking dude, the more financial looking dude as far as the older guy with a nice car and the nice house. And then we also didn't give him enough support. We didn't. And I'm pissed. And I'm not going to sit here and say I'm happy for him at all. I don't give it two shits that he hits 3 home runs in a meaningless game against a meaningless team, just trying to stat pad himself. Is he the LeBron of baseball? Let's call it out there. Is he the LeBron of 10 RBIs tonight? I think the last time we saw something 10 or above was at Garrett Anderson for us, and it didn't take 3 home runs. I think he had like 4 doubles or something stupid. I mean, Garrett Anderson had a night. I think it was against Boston. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. But he went, our ex went 6 for 6, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs in a 20-4 shellacking of a team that shouldn't exist in Miami. Wow. Whoop-de freaking do. You're still in. He's had 17 opportunities to win a game this season. 17. He's 2 for 17. In clutch situations, he's not batting much better than he did when he was here. He's padded his stats, and they're not even impressive to me. And some are saying, you're a hater. You're a hater. How dare you talk about Ohtani like that? How dare you? Now, see, when it first went out with the Ippei thing, I still am under the impression of he's still lying because he lied about talking the English. He said, I don't know how to talk English in Japanese through an interpreter. He knows Spanish. He knows English, and I think he knows another language on top of Japanese. He's very fluent. And we played audio of that, so I know he lies. And then on top of it, you got to know about the money being missing. Again, this is way before he even got the extension with the Angels, so he was only making a couple million here, a couple million there. So you got to know $1 million's missing. So that's a lie there. So he's found innocent with that. Ippei's what everyone thinks, the fall guy, the main problem, and he got away with it and no punishment. Okay, I'm not holding that against him. Okay, I'm not holding that against him at all. I loved his time here in Anaheim. I loved the fact that he was Mr. Nice Guy up until the transactions and the things that happened before he went to L.A. He was our guy. But the more and more you get into it, and you realize he hurt this team pitching wise this entire time we had him. And maybe there's more to it why other pitchers didn't want to come here, because you're forcing guys to start before they should. You're pushing guys back before, when they're set to start. You're messing with their routines, and you wonder why Ohtani's our best pitcher when he could pitch. How many arm problems and blisters did homeboy have? How many times did he didn't want to pitch in humidity? How many times did he duck himself out of day games? The only day games I ever saw him pitch in was against Oakland. He never pitched against anyone else during the day. So there was warts there. And again, this guy could, and this is the thing that will make me mad. I know I'm all over the place with this, but if Ohtani, with the numbers he's doing this year, I don't really give a shit. I really don't care what he's done. It's a historic season. Okay. I've seen better. And what do you mean by that? It's just because we haven't seen that in a while, right? Just go back to the 90s, early 2000s. Look at Ken Griffey Jr.'s numbers. Look at Albert Bell's numbers. Look them up. If you don't know who Albert Bell is, shame on you. Look it up. Look at Juan Gonzalez for the Texas Rangers and tell me his numbers aren't better. Look up Ivan Rodriguez. I can go on and on. You can say, well, that's a steroid era, but it still happened, didn't it? You had guys hitting on damn near 60 home runs. And you had guys batting 147 RBIs. I've seen 150 RBIs driven in. Why does this tool only have 120 RBIs, 51 homers? With a team offensively and capable should be scoring more runs a game. And yet the Dodgers have been shut out a bunch of times this year. They've scored under 4 runs a bunch of times this year. That's not impressive. That's not impressive. With the lineup and the stars that the Dodgers have, why doesn't he have 60 home runs? Why doesn't he have 150 RBIs? Because he's good, he's great, he's a unicorn, but he ain't the shit. He ain't the shit. The part that'll piss me off, is if next year this guy comes back and decides I'm going to be a team guy. I'm not going to be a stat patter. It's not all about me. I will pitch every 5 days. Oh, I have a sore on my finger. I will pitch through that. Oh, there's a day game on my next start. I will pitch that. Oh, there's humidity in Philadelphia in June or July. I'm there. If he does that shit, you know what his intentions were here in Anaheim. I'm just going to throw it out there. Am I casting the wrong judgment on him? No, this is from what I've seen. I may be right. I may be wrong. And I want you guys to participate in the comments because I think it's real talk. We've seen a year now of Ohtani. And frankly, my opinion is I'm not impressed. He's done almost 50 home runs with the Angels with no talent around him. So you know he can put up the numbers. Okay. Is he still striking out a lot? Yes, but he's getting more opportunities because the guys around him, in front of him, behind him. Why hasn't he got more numbers? I'm just saying, it's worthy of a conversation. I may not be right in your opinion. I went on Halo Nation tonight and offered my opinion and had a bunch of honks tearing me apart. Well, that's fine. I don't care. I understand the honks have their honky ways. They're just like, oh, well, no matter what, we're the Angels. Got to love the Angels. I'm so happy for him. Yeah. There comes a point, if you're a true fan, I mean, think about this. There hasn't been that many Red Sox that have become Yankees or Yankees that have become Red Sox. But just ask those fans if they were Johnny Damon fans when he went to New York. I think that's how it went. He went from New York to Boston or something like that. I think it was that way. When other players left, and went to the hated rival, where they endured? No, they lost everything that they had built up. I'm sure Johnny Damon will always be the lure for that team finally breaking the curse. But they blew the living shit out of him when he left. And I wish I would say there's only 25% or less of our fan base that will actually boo Ohtani, that actually will step up and say, F you. And it's not because of the guy who he is. And I think that's where honks are so stupid. How can you tear apart a guy like that? That was so nice to us. We have 50,000 bobbleheads of him. How can you tear him apart? How can you talk trash? It's easy. He's wearing the other color. Grow a fucking backbone or a spine. Stop being a pussy. I think that's what most of our fan base is. It's like, dude, again, I think every other Angel fan, even honks, could get on board if Ohtani went to Detroit, if he went to New York, if he went to Miami, if he went, put a team there other than Houston and LA, and I think everyone would have been on board with it. But the fact he goes to LA, you have every right. You should boo him. I don't care if he cured cancer while he was playing baseball on the field. Once he puts on those colors, fuck you. And if you're one of these stupid honks that comes on and says, well, Dodgers have never really been my rival. Oh yeah. What is our rival then, genius? What is our rival? Please tell me, because MLB knows when who do you think was put on our schedule? This is how dumb our fan base is. When interleague first started, why do you think we played the Dodgers every year, no matter what? Because they're our fucking rival. Anybody else in our division? Oh, well, you're forgetting about Oakland. You're forgetting about Texas. When have we played them in the playoffs? When does it mean something to play one of those teams? The only time it means something to play one of those division teams is when we're in the heart of the division, and that usually doesn't happen too much. If you want to call Houston a true rival, and they've only been in the division over a decade, yes, I'll be on board with that, because those bastards, since they've come over, have ruled this division. But outside of that, I don't consider Seattle a rival. I don't consider Texas a rival. I don't consider Oakland/Vegas a rival. But I do consider the Dodgers a rival. They play in so close as a regional rival. Their fans are grade A assholes. You have Dodger fans on purpose, on a nightly basis, especially as this team has continued to crumble like a cookie that is in Kathy's Cookies at Angel Stadium. The more and more the cookie crumbles and the franchise gets more split and the fans are more divided, the more and more every night you go, can you actually go to an Angel game, whether they are playing Puerto Rico, whether they're playing any team name under the sun? You can't go to one Angel game without running into not just one or two Dodger fans. I'm talking about a handful. They come to the games to literally show off their new jerseys that they've bandwagoned. They come to our stadium to rub it in our face. That alone makes them our rival. Forget it, what happens on the field. Forget the radio station bias, if you still listen to terrestrial radio. Forget the podcast bias. Forget the TV bias. Forget the fact that whenever the Angels are mentioned, it's always bad contracts. Whenever the Dodgers are mentioned until the playoffs, it's how great they are. What a great franchise. Look at this star. Look at that star. That right there should make you angry at our organization and at the fact that we're where we're at. That right there should make them our rival. That right there should make us want to be them and then beat them. Because like Ric Flair says, to be the man, you have to beat the man. And a lot of Angel fans don't like that. We're not asking you to be confrontational. I'm not asking you to be a Raider fan. I'm not asking you to be a Niner fan, because they're abusive too. I'm asking you to actually grow a pair and boo and talk shit. Not to the point where you're going personal. Don't be stupid. But let's be real. Like talk shit. Don't use your baseball knowledge. Throw it in their face. They haven't won in 162 since 87, since most of them weren't even born yet. My whole point is that's our rival. This dick, and I will call him a dick now, went to our rival. Are you cool with that? I'm not, and I haven't been. Since the rumors were out there was only one other place he was going to go, and that was maybe San Diego. But that had a better chance of him going to San Diego than coming back here. So, yeah, I am very pissed. We didn't get nothing for him. Could have got a king's ransom, got nothing. And then he's going there. And all you heard when he was here is we're wasting his talent. So another reason to be upset. When he goes there, everyone forgets about, hey, he's 30 now. Why are we bringing up the fact that, Dodgers better get whatever they can out of him the next 3 years? He's going to fade fast. You watch. You get to a certain age, Father Time always wins. There's very few players, especially in baseball, that can keep it going past a certain time. Hell, Hideki Matsui, a.k.a. Godzilla, I know he came over here late. But boy, when he hit that 35, 36-year-old threshold, man, bam, he was done. He was done. Ichiro Suzuki, same thing. And he was in shape, 1,000% in shape, and probably could play in most leagues still today. But he was done in Major League Baseball status. Nowhere close to what he was. Father Time always wins. You look at Ohtani, I could see the same thing that happened to Trout. Ohtani at some points got to lift, slow down on the weights. He's a tall dude. Back issues happen with tall dudes. Muscle issues, aka Trout. He's too big. Trout is built like a fucking wrestler. We've been saying it for 2 seasons. Slim down. Nope. And now, 2 seasons later, when we've been calling for him to leave center field, I'm open to leaving center field. 2 years too late, motherfucker. Do it earlier. They don't listen to reason. This team, Angels, don't listen to reason. Another reason to hate the Dodgers. Because they do things right. I hate to say it, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. They do things right. And yes, they've messed up with some contracts, but they're overlooked. Look at Chris Taylor. They throw a buttload of money his way. You think Muncy's worth all that money? No. But analytics and the players they got in front of him, they can afford 2 terrible contracts. Just right there, those are 2 terrible contracts. Not to mention the Ohtani fallout later on in his career. He's going to 4 or 5 of those years are going to be miserable for Dodgers. And that's at getting a $2 million base pay for those 5 years. People are going to bitch about his productivity not being there. Just wait till the final 10 years kicks in. Right after that, they're going to be paying for his ass for a long time. But Dodgers were smart. They adjusted for inflation. You really think all of us are going to be making the same amount of money back then or 10 years from now? Dodgers are always ahead of the curve when it comes to that. And they can afford to get away from with a Chris Taylor and a Muncy when you have all those other good hitters in front of them. When you get somehow Tasker Hernandez having the year of his life, you can get away with stuff like that. Because right now, the Dodgers should be getting killed. And then what happened with all their injuries this year? They're limping into the postseason. And yet they're still going to win that division because Arizona started so terribly. And the Padres can't freaking capitalize on any given loss that the Dodgers are just handing them on a nightly basis. Like the other night, there should be only 2 games out. But they lost a game they should have won. But it doesn't scare me. I said it in preseason, you can go all the way back. The Dodgers can win 120 games during the season. I don't give a shit. They will choke and always will choke in the postseason. They're not built for it. Here's a scary thing. The moment the Dodgers realize that analytics should not apply to their super team, that's when you got to be scared as a Dodger hater. Because the moment they lay off that bullshit, that's a juggernaut waiting to happen. It just is. but they rely on that so much when it comes to the postseason that it's their own downfall. And again, they're just as stupid as we are. Like, we do that all year during the regular season, rely on analytics. They actually don't rely on it that much until it gets to the postseason. Then it's 100% in. We're all in or we're not in at all. And look what happens every time. Every time. And don't give me that 2020 bullshit. We all know it was rigged for them. We all know they never traveled. We all know that most of the stars on those teams decided to be scared of the COVID and they weren't able to be out there. Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit. I hope that if you remember the 90s, all those divisions the Braves won, that was still considered the dynasty that never was. I think it's going to be the same thing for the Los Doyers. Whenever they fall off the hill a little bit here and don't make a playoffs for a couple years in a row, which will happen at some point, it will be considered this stretch of wins. Like you're going to say, Dave Roberts is one of the most winningest managers of all time. Like, he's getting close to Tommy Lasorda. He's done this. He's done that. Great. How many championships does he have? And nobody counts the bubble. It's the dynasty that never was. Well, they made 3 or 4 trips to the World. Who gives a shit? Did you win? No. Would I trade a lot to get to where the Dodgers are? Absolutely. But the point being is, we'll never get there if we run the team the way we're running it now. And we're miles away. I mean, like, not miles from here to New York. We're like miles from here to the moon, away from where the Dodgers are at. We are more than rock bottom. And the Dodgers themselves, getting Ohtani, dude. I mean, think about that. There has been a rivalry, regional wise, with all of us, whether you choose to agree with it or not. Because you can't look me in the eye. You can't tell me in the chat that you don't get up for the times that they play the Dodgers. Like, when it's a week out that we're playing the Dodgers, I'm getting hyped. We could be playing Houston for first place, and I'm like, dude, I can't wait till we take on the Dodgers. We have to beat them. Why do you think all Angel fans know the exact record of what we are versus the Dodgers all time? It's a talking point. It's a point to make fun of the opponent because that's all we have on them, right? And all their failures. And we have the fact that we can say, hey, we have a legitimate World Series. But we haven't done much. But they are our rivals, man. Don't get it twisted. And this jerk went over there. So what side are you on? What say you? Because I'm going to go through the comments. We didn't get to and you know what? Forget the awards. The game was a wash. Who gives a shit? Angels had 1 run on 6 hits. 11 more strikeouts for a team that just... And Ohtani 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. I mean, I'm just going to give away 1 award, and he gets the Nacho Night.
I love the nachos, gas station nachos. I love those nachos, yeah. Gas station nachos, ow.
Logan Ohtani, 4 at-bats, 4 strikeouts. He gets a golden sombrero. Awesome. You're the man. You are the man. But again, don't tell the Halo honks that because Taylor Ward hit a home run. Yep, exactly. Now let's get into everyone's favorite, because no matter what the score is, it Spritz o'clock, and then the comments.
Spritz o'clock, Angels play. Win or lose, we toast today. Sip and cheer, no matter the score. Spritz o'clock, let's pour some more. Spritz o'clock, let's pour some more.
Now let's say this here. Daniel starts it off with saying GOAT Tani. I disagree. Now that's your opinion. That's fine. I'm not telling you you're wrong, but here's my reasoning behind disagreeing with you, my man. And I'll say this right off the bat. You're not the GOAT until we can compare you to other GOATs, meaning your career's not finished. I hate when they're calling Caitlin Clark the GOAT. Yes, she's setting records. If you want to call her a unicorn, go right on ahead. Ohtani's a unicorn. Go right on ahead. But to call him the greatest of all time is a slap in the face to all the other baseball players. It's a slap in the face to all WNBA players, which I don't respect that league. But still, if you're going to call someone the greatest of all time, let her play out her goddamn career. Let her play out her goddamn career. Same thing with LeBron. Shut the fuck up. You haven't finished your career. Yeah, you're stat padding as hell. Are you greatest of all time? It's the debate of all debates, but he's 4-6 in championships. So again, and one shouldn't count because it was in the bubble. So he's really 3-6. He's not the GOAT, in my opinion. Again, if he were to retire right now, Trout's got better numbers. Does that make Trout the greatest of all time? No. His career's not over. Why are we calling Trout the GOAT? He's not. He's not. Jason says, don't care so much. Congratulations to him, but David Roska agrees. Jason Hess says it's football season. Mario says, congratulations to Ohtani getting 50-50. No, sir. Silent E says, fuck Ohtani and the horse that he rode in on, man. Man was born to be a Dodger and used us to become one. He gave us the biggest middle finger to the Angel fans by going to one team we begged him not to go to. Saucy says, was the greatest offensive performance of all time today by Ohtani? No. I've seen guys have 12 RBIs in a game. If you want to say, okay, 3 home runs, there's guys who've hit 4 home runs in one game. Again, great game by him. Not going to say that the 6 for 6 is not amazing, but just look up the stats. There have been guys to put up same numbers or better. So again, just saying. Let's see. Also, he says MVP. Well, now that he's with the Dodgers, do you think they're going to take it from him? That's another reason why we hate them. They took it away from Ohtani when he should have gotten it here with Anaheim. But you know why he didn't get it? He was wearing the wrong color. Our best offensive players hits 250 with 25 homers. We need more pitching. Dan, that's how we think, Saucy. Dan Rio says, you owe us a Stukas, Mr. Fox. Fine. That was yesterday, so you get a half of one. That was because that game was on too damn early because we needed to travel. But let's see. How about those Jets? One Jets pod must be happy. Frederick says that ungrateful Ohtani. Also, Ohtani getting 60-60. Thanks for Ohtani, by the way. See, and again, I mean, that's what Dodger fans can rub in our face. Our rivals are telling us, hey, thank you, bud. Thanks, pal. Frederick says, hoes go for the money. We only have the looks. Exactly. Saucy says, when you call AM 830, you should troll Trent Rush by blaming Ron Washington in the heart of the players while talking about how great Artie is. I wonder how he would respond. That's a good, that is really, really a good idea. Frederick says, on a serious note, no player who wants to win will stay with the Moreno Angels. And again, I'm not blaming him for leaving. I'm blaming him for going to where he went. That's where, and a lot of people are like, well, that's Artie's fault. I tend to disagree. Also, Frederick Grillmaster says the umpire in the Angels game is a disgrace. Who cares? Who cares, Grillmaster? Even if we had the best goddamn umpire, we can't hit. We don't know or understand the concept, and we want to follow a flawed game plan. It don't matter who's back there. It don't matter if you're umpiring. RX. Grillmaster also says, just more evidence of bitch Manfred wants the damn cheaters Houston win. It doesn't matter. GA had 10 RBIs against the Yankees. I was there. See, it's been done before. Mario says, I don't blame Ohtani for leaving Artie's Halos. I'm surprised Trout wanted to stick around. I wouldn't blame him if he asked for a trade. We've been wanting him to leave. Well, at least I have, because again, just think about if Trout would have requested a trade and he actually had a winning fiber in his body, wanting to win a World Series, I'm grateful for his loyalty, but man, you could have been on 10 different better franchises away from Farty Moreno. You could have gotten us 4 or 5 good prospects, maybe 2 of them pan out. Same thing with Ohtani. We could have had 4 players for 2 at least. But no, I bet the Doyers won't win it all, though. I think you're right, OC. I think you're right. Ipe took the fall for Shohei. I agree right there. Speak English, not talk, LOL. Hanky Panky says, Todd, let it go. Talk about the Halo's brightful future. And number 6. Oh, I'm so sorry, Hanky Panky. You're right. Why do we DFA Guillerme and play Jack Lopez instead? He's an older than Guillerme and not as good. We should have a prospect out there instead. But who? They're all gone. Mookie Betts on games. Did you see how much he was glazing Shohei for 10 RBIs versus shitty Miami? Also, let's see, just glazing after glazing is more pathetic to Taylor Swift bandwagoners or Chiefs. I don't even care about that right now. Hanky Panky says the Dodgers pitching is worse than, without Ohtani here. Look at Detmir Sandoval before they got hurt. Silseth before he got hurt. Canning. No one wants to play for this shit show except Trout. And you know what? And it's the guys that we get there too. The scouts, we got we're not scouting these guys right. We don't have the right training staff. I think listen, I will tell you this with all seriousness. Pujols had to buy his own, I think it was a treadmill because they didn't have the proper equipment in the weight room. We're talking about like a handful of machines at best. I mean, they don't prioritize guys staying in shape. When's the last time you've been to an Angel game, you see a bunch of these guys stretching before a game? I used to see it all the time with Social. You don't see it now. Judge away, Todd. Swing away, I think you mean. Let's see. You can't blame him, or you can't claim not to care about Ohtani while dedicating a show about Ohtani. Why do you think I'm talking about it? I'm not saying I don't care about the player or what happened and where he went. That's what I'm talking about. You're missing the point. I'm trying to educate the honks or have the honks understand the fact that the Dodgers are our rivals. He could have picked anywhere else. Stop giving this guy praise. He's on our rival now. We should be trying to shit on him as much as possible. Instead, we're sitting there like, no. In my opinion, and maybe that's just you, but in my opinion, that's the wrong opinion. Should be booing the shit out of this guy. We should want this guy to fail now. If he went to Milwaukee, I'd be his biggest second. Dude, Milwaukee would be my second favorite team. I'm being totally fucking honest with you. If he went there, if he went to the Padres, if he went to the Cardinals, if he went to the Mets, I can't say the Yankees, but that would be my second. That would be okay. I want to see what they did tonight. I'm going to watch their games because my boy's over there. He'd still be my boy, but he's not my boy playing for the blue. Fuck that crew. Timmer says most Angels fans are pussies. 100%. I hate that you're right. Mario says if Ohtani never wins a championship, I would be satisfied. I hope so too. During Ohtani's best season pitcher-wise, Sandoval was 291, Detmers was 377 ERA with a no-hitter. Jose Suarez was serviceable at 396. Who was running the organization at the time? Who was in charge at the time when those guys were pitching and playing the way they do? And remind me, by the way, who or how many starts did Ohtani have? Did he go to the All-Star game for his pitching? I don't think so. So don't get it twisted, my man. I know it's easy to feed into the bullshit, but we watch these Angel games all the time. He could have been a whole lot better. He could have not been a diva. He chose to be a diva when he was here. That's why I'm saying if he goes over there, right now he's been the good boy. Everyone loves him the first year. Let's see how he is when he pitches. That's what I want to see. Lorenzen was okay. He was more than okay. Syndergaard was ass. He had a couple good starts and he was ass. How can you claim Ohtani made the pitching staff shit? Again, I've already explained that. Apparently you don't watch the Angel games because a lot of those ERAs that you're bringing up was not the same seasons he was doing that diva shit. Those were a season when he played half the season, when he was tearing apart this rotation the last couple of years he pitched, because everything was about him. We had to cater to him all the time. David says Dodgers will be eliminated in the series. Dan Rio says you didn't post on my Angel Nation. It's honk free. I invite everyone to join Angels Nation. Post there, Todd. Yeah, I probably will. I don't know why I went to Halo Nation for that. Probably just to, take shots at chicks like Val and friggin' Eddie and all that other stuff. Eddie Colvin. Saucy says, hard for me to think that the Dodgers as a rival because we play them so infrequently. It's definitely not the same as a regular game either, though. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, again, how many times does Michigan play? I know it's different. It's football. But, Michigan plays Ohio State. Everyone gets up for that game, right? Notre Dame plays USC. Everyone gets up for that game. On the schedule. Like, how many of you look at the 2025 season schedule and you say, when do we play the Dodgers? Do we play them 2 times during the week, or do we play them 3 times over the weekend? And where do we play first? What month do we play? That's the first series I look at. That is the first series. I'm just saying. And it's okay. Saucy says, I hate that Texas Rangers, A's, and Red Sox more than. And that's fine. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. For me, though, I have put the Dodgers in a special place. I root for them to lose no matter who they're playing. And especially when they play us, I take it harder. It's hard for me to take a loss to the Dodgers, and that's been the last few seasons where the Dodgers have obliterated us for the most part. They've swept us on a couple seasons and made us look really bad. I mean, hell, the last time that we actually had a chance to make the postseason, the bubble season, which didn't count, we were right there until the Dodgers beat us in that final series. So that sucks. I mean, because they can actually say they eliminated us. And that was that's been the closest we've been to the postseason, was a stupid ass COVID season. Let's see. Also, Todd Fox loves the Dodgers. Will sweep in the postseason. Yes, I hope so. I hope they get swept. Nolan Ryan could still be our ace starter. Frederick says, "Fuck this season." Hayes says. Silent says, if the Dodgers have to go head to head, pitch by pitch, but against teams actually good pitching, Yanks, Brewers, Mets, and you could say the O's, the lineup will trout against high and tight cheese and die. And yeah, because they strike out too much. We all know he was talented and he would continue to do some crazy stuff, but I will never cheer for a Dodger regardless of who it is. There you go, Jay. Also, Dodgers pitching is not World Series caliber. It's not, and they have a ton of injuries. Team Ghetto hadn't done it since 1988. Frederick says Dodgers will dump analytics and hire social. If that happens, we're all screwed. One Jets Pod is really happy. He says, sup, folks. Rally Chris says, where is Farkas? That's a good question. Farkas needs to chime in tonight. Jay says the thing that pisses me off the most about the MLB and other companies' pages are tripling the Dodgers content on Ohtani post, promoting him and the Dodgers. Exactly. They never did that with us. Again, we're red for a reason, and not because it's blood colors. I literally feel like the redheaded stepchild. And I'm seriously, it does suck. I mean, this team won a World Series and got little love in 2003. I remember in 2003, they established a radio show on 570K, I think Fox Sports Radio. And they could not talk enough about the Dodgers. And Dodgers were rebuilding at that time. And the Angels just were fresh off a World Series. And they didn't give 2 shits. And it seems like we won a World Series for them to get more pub. That pissed me off so much. Jay says they didn't do all that for us when we were a team. Exactly, because we don't get that love. We don't get that at all. Ohapi ruined by bad coaching. His swing has changed. He's got that uppercut all or nothing swing right now. I can't stand that. Hanky Panky says, remember when Ohtani had 8 RBIs and the Angels lost the game? That's a good point, Hanky Panky. That is a great point. You had a guy. I remember, was it last year or the year before, guys, when the Angels hit 6 home runs and still lost? Oh, boy. Mario says one Jets pod happy after Jets win, and Todd sounds like he's jealous of his ex-girlfriend. I am. Would I still love to have Ohtani here? Absolutely. Would I love for him to have changed his diva ways and actually pitch like a real pitcher and a stud and be a leader? Absolutely. Would I love the unicorn here in Anaheim? Yes. Would I love the 500 bobbleheads a night? Yes. Or a season, I should say. Yes. But all that's gone now. All that's a memory. Like for me, if I had my way, Artie would never show up in a Calling All Angels segment or Ohtani. I mean, to me, it's like you lost it, bro. You going there? No. Jay says, I'm pretty sure there was some tampering with Ohtani. Oh, there was more than tampering. There was diddling. One Jet Spot says, how's everything? How's everyone? Y'all good? Shut up. What's up, Eric? Q Lombardi for the heck of it. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. This Lombardi even wants to chime in because
What the hell's going on out here?
and that's the beauty of everything tonight. My rant or what you're thinking right now, if you're with friends and you're listening or watching, everyone has their own opinion. I'm not here to tell you you're wrong. We might have a conversation about it, but I'm not going to sit here and be like wrong. No, I mean, this is just me pouring out my feelings, dude. Because again, I've seen better careers, and that's the hater coming out of me, or better single seasons. I have, and I'm sure you guys have too. But it's just everyone's caught up with this Ohtani thing, and again, he's at a level now to where not even Trout's on, because Trout can put up an MVP type season, but did the MVP season get him to the Worlds or get it to the postseason? No, it was over. Like, to me, the Dodgers, since they have been on this run, you can go 4 seasons of 100 wins plus and make the World Series and lose. And then that 5th season, who cares if Kershaw has 25 wins? Who cares if a guy sets a single season record for most saves in a season for the Dodgers? Who cares? The point is, get to the postseason and then talk to me. That's what I said in the preseason. I don't care if the Dodgers win 130 games. What are they going to do in the postseason? Impress me then. They are far past. And I think that Ohtani going to the Dodgers is getting all this jerking off from the media. But in the end, when they choke, when they're done, he just had a fantastic season. Okay. Their expectations, like the Angels, he does that for the Angels like he did. He gets a ton of bobbleheads. He gets a ton of endorsements. That's okay because our expectations are so low. We never push him into that set. He's at the point of his career right now where this shouldn't matter. Okay, that's well and good. Give him a golf clap, move on. But no, we're going to talk about this dude. And they're going to talk about his regular season in the postseason when it doesn't matter. It does not matter. If you want to talk about this season when the season's over or when his career is over and say, well, he had this many home runs. He had 50 here. He had 40 here. This makes him the GOAT. Okay, do that when his career is over. Don't do it now. He ain't the GOAT. He's not the GOAT. You have to put a resume together. This is year 7. Think about this, guys and girls. He has played 7 major league seasons. This is only his 3rd healthiest season. That's it. He's had 4 injury-plagued seasons. So, again, how is that the GOAT? Some of you older fans will remember Brady Anderson. Brady Anderson had one of the best, leadoff hitting seasons of all time. Homeboy had 50 some odd home runs. Was he the GOAT? That was 1 season. Say Halo Honk line.
Whoa, you just talk when you answer the phone now.
It's Artie Moreno. You know, we wanted to get to the bottom of this, and I think you're partly to blame for this. Maybe just a snib.
Oh, hold on. I'm making a right turn.
Whoa, whoa, wait. You're driving?
Oh, yeah. I have to get to the store. I'm drying up over here. I realized I ran out of Jim Beam. I don't have any more of my own.
Listen,
I usually in stock.
I really encourage.
Oh,
I encourage you to pull over, Artie. This is not good.
oh, hey, you kids out there, don't drive when you're intoxicated.
Oh my God, this is not. Look, before I get canceled on YouTube, I am not condoning this behavior, Artie. You should really pull over.
Whoa! Since when a bug crawled your booty hole?
Listen, Artie.
You gotta live a little.
Listen, you might be living a little, but you might cramp out somebody else's life the way you're driving.
I'm kidding. I'm not driving. You think I'm drunk or what? I got Sapphire driving me everywhere. I don't ever have to drive. You know what I say to people who drive?
What?
You poor.
Artie, I'm much happier that you're not driving because that's scary. I mean, you've done a lot of dumb things. We all know that, but you know, that's one that we really would not respect you for.
You know, I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Thank you, Tom. Oh, that hit me in the bottom of my heart. Oh, hold on a second. Hey, Sapphire, make a right here. Stop that. Sapphire, slow down. Jeez, you hit that brake late, girl. Sorry.
Are you okay?
No, she like hits the brake at the last minute. You know women drivers.
I'm not going to touch that one, dude.
She swung at me. Hey, what did I tell you about that? Oh boy.
Are you okay though?
Oh, a little motion sickness, but I'll be all right. Hey, Todd, did we win today?
Big shock. We lost.
Oh, damn it. There goes our postseason hopes.
Well, the season definitely didn't start tonight. By the way, Ward hit a home run in the first inning, so you had that. We didn't score the rest of the game, though.
Oh, hey. You win some, you lose some. Wise man told me that one time.
Well, right now we're 62 and 91, so we've lost more than we've won.
Well, at least we won't lose 100.
Hey, we clinched that with one more win, by the way. You know that, right?
I'm clenching my butt cheeks the way Sapphire is driving right now. Sapphire, go deeper on the left turn there, girl. Sapphire! What are you doing? Jeez! Oh, gosh, you'll kill me, Todd. I think I was better off driving myself.
Well, I mean, no, I don't think we want that to happen.
Oh, I don't think I'm going to make it to the liquor store. Oh, boy.
You don't need a refill. I can guarantee you that.
Oh, what do they say in France? Oh, contraire, mon frere, or something like that. I need more in the tank. I'm running low, Todd.
Yep.
I can't be running on unleaded. I need diesel.
Are you gonna be sucking on that hose, huh?
Oh, I told you I don't swing that way.
I meant like a beer bong or something.
Oh, I haven't done that. Oh, Todd, it's been months I haven't done that. What, Todd?
I thought you were gonna say since college.
Oh, sorry. She thinks she owns the road. How gave you your license? Oh, she got her license in teaching.
Oh God.
She also got some plastic surgery done there too.
I don't want to know about that. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was a nightmare. But everything worked out all right. She's looking good.
Oh, gee. Okay.
Oh, God. Stop. Oh,
I think you should get back to the horse because the horse is actually more, it doesn't stress you out as much.
I think I'm going to bring that back. I'm going to start riding horses.
Good.
There's no law that says you can't drink and horse.
Exactly. See?
And I'm going to do that. Imagine me, Todd, walking around. Hey, Todd, you want to go for a ride on old Sugarfoot?
No. I thought you were going to take Marsha out for a ride.
We could go shirtless, running through the pastures on a horse. How majestic would that look?
Artie, you're a treasure. You know that, right?
Stop! Sapphire! Rent me! Stop in my country! Sorry. Oh, God. All right, Tom, I'm going to let you go. I just wanted to call and say you're doing a good job, my boy.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep up the
Okay, thanks, Artie.
Okay, wait. Sapphire!
Hopefully he's okay. Well, I'm sure he is. To jump back in this real quick. So Ohtani was an all-star as a pitcher in 22, his best year. Now, look at his numbers real quick. So 2018, he came to the Angels. He had 22 homers and 61 RBIs. He only played 104 games. He played only 106 games, 18 homers and 62 RBIs in 2019. 2020, obviously, the year didn't count, but he still gets the stats: 7 home runs, 24 RBIs. 2021, 46 and 100. He had 34 and 95. Remember, 44 and 95. Both those seasons did not play the entire season. He's got 51 and 120 so far. He walked more with the Angels at 91 and 96 and 21 and 23. He struck out a lot more because he wasn't getting too many, good pitches to hit because of the lineup sucking. But he went from only having 26 of a high of stolen bases in 2021 to obviously magically 51. Is that an organizational thing for not exploiting his speed? I don't know. Max says Todd getting ready to be swept. LMAO. Also, Silene says my favorite teams are Halos and anyone who plays against the Dodgers. I'm right there with you. Also, what do you think about when he played the half season in 2022? He played 157 games as a hitter and pitched only 28 games. All of a sudden, Dodger fans looking up his stats, so I'll do the same. So pitching right here. Let's look at his pitching. If he's such a great pitcher, because he is a unicorn. I forgot about that. In 2022, he was 28 starts, and he was 15 and 9. 15 and 9 with a WAR of 6.1, really high. 2.33 ERA, fantastic. Should he have won 20 games? Absolutely. Did we give him a supporting staff around him? Nope. So that's on us. 219 strikeouts and 166 innings pitched. He was still walking though 5 guys. 5 guys. He walked a lot. He allowed 124 hits, not bad. So again, 44 walks, not good. But still, so he had the one breakout year, and then 2023, same thing. No run support, 3.14 ERA, pitched his ass off. The times he did pitch, he started only 23 games, went 10-5, should have got a lot more wins. We all know that. But break down the rest of the staff. Also break down the way that he fucked with those guys in starting or pushing them back, pushing them forward. There is something to that. There is credence to that. Again, this guy's arm is not going to hold up. with the Dodgers. I'll be shocked. And again, that's the only time I'll be pissed, because for him to do the 50-50 is expected. Hell, he should do a 60-60, but he doesn't. So is he a unicorn? Yes. Will he be a pitcher the remainder of his career? I'll bet my life on it he only goes another 3 or 4 years at best as a pitcher. They're going to shut him down, and they're going to wonder why it sucks that they're paying him $70 million once he's gone for a two-way player that was only one way with the Dodgers. Again, those aren't fantastic numbers. You could have got that from a lot of starters. I'm just saying. The way he's built, the regimen listen, he's done this in the peak of his body shape, the peak of his health, the peak of his being a man. But eventually that's going to break down once you get to 30, which he's at. So the clock is ticking. The window is small. So Dodger fans are going to be like, he's going to be like this forever, man. Yeah. No, he's not. No, he's not. Let's see. Dodgers also have Yama Meatballs. Yeah, that guy sucks. Dodgers can't even come up with their own logo. They copied the LA from the PCL Angels. Facts. Let's see. Also, they used that 6-man rotation in 2022 as well. They've used it for him, and it's hurt other players. Again, have you seen other players flourish? Didn't Ohtani get hurt? Didn't other pitchers get hurt? So you can come at me with those arguments, but again, look at the rest of the staff. Look at who it affected. It affected everybody. You can't just have one rule. You can't have rules for thee and not for me. And that's how the Angels run this organization. Again, it's on the Angels when they had him here, because they didn't say, you know what, Trout, you do what we say. You know, we let the inmates run the asylum. Whenever number 6 says I'm hurt, it's like, well, go see a doctor. No, I'm hurt. I diagnosed myself. Oh, okay. Trout's like, I'm going to be out for a while. Oh, okay. I don't want to play tonight. Oh, okay. Sure. Whatever you say. Hey, that looks like a little scrape on your finger. No, it's a blister. Ohtani, I'm out. Don't want to play. Let Sandoval pitch. Yeah, but he pitched 3 days ago. Make him pitch again. Again, whatever happened to earning your spot? Whatever happened to, that philosophy of you got to keep it, you got to keep playing, you got to earn it to keep it. And I think we don't do that, dude. Todd, no likes, so your Doyer's main. No one likes your Doyer's main. Also, I spoke with the head coach, and we agreed that we should move on the sideline to control the offense instead of being up in the booth. Maybe that will help. Maybe. Mateo is going to be a sideline offense. Sounds like analytics. Ooh. Let's see. Who's Ohtani? Let's see. Drive sober or pullover. Trout is done, Fernando says. Also, Fernando, the other one says drunk Artie. Trout has been done. And here's the thing, too. I'm going to go back here to the hitting real quick. How many guys, steroid era or not, have more than 219 home runs career? I'll wait. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of them. Maybe even 100. His career is not over. His career is mid right now. You still got to see him go a while before you start giving him the GOAT thing. Again, call him unicorn all you want. But his numbers as of tonight, 219 homers, 547 RBIs. Does that get him into the Hall of Fame for just a couple good seasons? We've seen guys hit 50 home runs before. Is Albert Bell in the Hall of Fame? Is Harold Baines, who I think barely got into the Hall of Fame, and Fred McGriff, those guys had to put up nearly 20 years of 30 home runs, or about close to 30 home runs, to make the Hall of Fame. Have we lowered our standards because of who he is? Probably. I just don't see this kind of hitting lasting as long as it did. That's why if the Angels were smart and he really wanted to win here, and we were putting together something in 2022 and 2023, and the team was right there on the cusp or going to be making the playoffs or making the playoffs, and he stayed, I would tell you this, that if he signed a contract that 10 years, if he signed that 10-year contract with the Angels, I'd hate it. I'd hate it. Because you're only going to get 4 to 5 good years at best out of it. And then you're going to get a lot of mediocre on the back end. Is Artie in every day, or probably. Todd, when you call AM 830, can you go live on here so we can catch you troll the guys there in an expert manner? I'll let you know. I will let you know, but it's definitely going to happen. Artie loves those solo shots, the hitters and the tequila ones. Oh, I like what you did there. Let's see. Also, Fernando says Todd Fox loves the Dodgers. I knew it. Tyler says Ohtani gonna have 60 homers, 70 stolen bases, and 3 Tommy Johns. I don't hate Ohtani, but can't follow him, or for me, he doesn't spark it for me like before playing for that team. Exactly. And that's what it comes down to. That's what I want. That's what I want them to do. I want them to Angel fans to understand that. Because that's the way I feel about it. Tyler says broadcasters for the Jets game mentioned Ohtani briefly. Shut the fuck up, you chump. Stick to the game. Exactly. For the other, Fernando says this ain't funny. Read the comments. He's not an Artie fan. R. Martinez says Artie is the type that will get drunk to sober up. I agree right there. Why did Artie pay up for Ohtani? See what you're missing, Artie. Exactly. Halos Forever says I don't think he will pitch that long. I don't think so either. I really don't. Leaf says, so y'all couldn't play spoiler this time. I see how it is. We can't play anything. Halos Forever says he will develop blisters and hurt his arm again. I agree. Ohtani's sucking because he has too much sex. Wait, he doesn't have. Grillmaster going racist. I don't know why I didn't see that again. My 21st birthday is coming up, Mateo says. Also, I literally gave you the 2022 Angels pitching staff stats. And did he pitch us to the postseason? Did he hit us to the postseason? I'll wait. Halos Forever says, I agree. Trout's career isn't over. He needs to be a full-time DH. He does. And I would love for him to get back on track. Part of it will be him being a full-time DH. Part of it will be him slimming down. Ohtani's supposed wife going to leave him after choking multiple years. Little Wayne says, Ohtani contract made sense for the Dodgers in win now mode with an extraordinarily marketable team. We are in a soft rebuild and won't be contending anytime soon and don't have a marketing department. That's not true, Little Wayne. We have college kids that have graduated from Cerritos College, and they have crayons. Leaf says, to be honest, this game was meh. Not the worst Thursday night game I've seen, though. It was pretty shiesty. Mario says, I say Ohtani will pitch only one more season and then become a permanent DH. Artie dodged a bullet with that non-contract. Maybe he's finally learning from his past mistakes. Get your shit together. That is actually a good take because, again, he had a threshold supposedly. Although Ohtani's come out and said, hey, he never offered a contract. The threshold was either $40 or $50 million. So per year. So if you believe that, he was well off of what Ohtani wanted, which he got $70 million. But I think so. Let's see. Also, Tyler says, I blame the Libyans. Good grief. Dan says, do you remember when Fernando Tatis hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning off of Shannon Park? Yes, I do remember that. Leaf says, Ohtani's deferred payments are going to make Bobby Bonilla's day look like child's play. Boy, you ain't lying. Dude. Because Chris Davis got one of those too. I think his goes to 2037 for the Orioles. Also, did that take us to the postseason? Bro, it isn't Ohtani's fault. That 2022 Angels pitching staff was top 6 in the MLB. Again, it takes a team to get there. I'm not disputing the fact that maybe those guys had one good season out of all the seasons of having to play around the Diva, but they could not hit consistently then. And they had no bullpen. And again, those starters, those stats might have looked good. But if you watch Angels baseball, a lot of those starts were a lot like Canning starts this year. Now, Canning's ERA was up high. He's like 5-13. But at the point, there's been times where Canning has just dominated. And same thing, Detmer's dominated this year at points. But then they just ran into a rough stretch, and they would have these off months. They would take turns getting hurt, including Ohtani. Ohtani missed a bunch of starts. Listen, again, I'm not saying he's not the unicorn. Is he the GOAT? Fuck no. But I think he did more harm in the long run to the staff. Think about this, because I know you don't go back far, and you probably don't follow the Angels, or you were an Angels fan and now you're a Dodger fan. I will say this. There was a reason why Ohtani only pitched he only hit every 3 days with Socha. Think about that for a minute. Why is it that Ohtani was given the keys to the car to do whatever the fuck he wanted to when Socha was gone? Because Socha didn't play that bullshit. And he figured that, and he was wrong. But the point is, Socha figured you can't do two things at once. You need to prepare to be a pitcher for that particular night. You need to be focused on the starting lineup, and you need to read your scouting reports. You need to be dialed in. You can't do two scouting reports trying to scout the opposing pitcher. You can't scout each additional player. That was Socha's logic. Now, obviously, he's a unicorn because he's proven he can do both. But Socha also didn't allow him to bump pitchers and stuff like that. So, in a way, I like that Socha was on him. If Socha stuck around, maybe he changes his tune and says, okay, I'll let him, he's got to prove it, but I'll let him hit and pitch the same night. Because you remember, he was not allowing him to hit and pitch on the same night. And he would give him a cool-off day before and after, which pissed Ohtani off because he wanted to play every day. He literally wanted to, and he's proven he can. So I'm not sitting here saying he can't. I'm not sitting here saying that Socha was completely right. I'm not saying that when he was here, he was not a model citizen. Obviously he was. But I'm just upset the fact that, again, we give all this praise to a dude, again, just like Trout, who hasn't won nothing here. Trout's had a lot of injuries. He's done a lot of good things. He's had MVPs and everything else. Oh, you can't blame Trout for this. Okay, well, if we can't blame him, why are we holding on to him? And then you say, well, you said that about Trout. Why are you saying that about Ohtani? Ohtani, you should have kept him. It's because it's where he went. That's what I'm talking about this entire night. This entire show has been because it's Ohtani going to the blue. Him going anywhere else, this is a non-issue. I'm not bringing up his warts. I'm not upset. Think about this. Are you praising your ex for being with somebody else? And I'm not talking about the ex that you left on purpose or you left because you didn't get along. Are you praising the ex that you were in love with? Maybe your high school sweethearts and she just had enough of you for whatever reason and she left you. She dumped you and went to somebody else. Are you 100% deep down in your soul saying, you know what, I'm happy for him. I just am glad she's happy. Then you might want to check what's between your legs because I'm pretty sure it's a vagina. Because if you're having that feeling with someone that you love and that person, again, you're not going to hold them back. You're not going to do something stupid, obviously, but there should be resentment there. There should be like, damn it, dude. Like, what did I, at least looking at yourself saying, what did I do wrong to let her go? And then obviously there's going to be all the mixed emotions. Like you're jealous that she's thriving with him. You're upset that, I don't know, that she's happy and you're not. And then she's moved on and you haven't. Because that's what's happened here. Let's call it a spade a spade. He's moved on. He gives two shits about us. Does not care. And why should he? So why do we care? And what I mean is, why are we still cheering for this guy? Why is any red-blooded Angel fan happy for anything that he does? Because I've looked up and that's why I did the show tonight. Because I'm venting because up and down all these Angel pages on whatever social media I'm a part of for whatever reason, the vast majority of the Angel fans are they're waxing them off, dude. They're pouring that Puff Daddy baby oil all over them. They're loving them. Just stop, dude. Grow a pair. It's okay. You wouldn't come off jealous. You'd come off scorned. And I'm fine with that. Mario puts in Sinatra says regrets. I have a few. Mateo, my voice is a little deeper because I have a throat infection. So that's probably why I look tired. I haven't slept good all week. So Mateo, you're pretty good. What is it called? You can see it. That's pretty good. Now you can see them plays and help that offense, by the way. Grillmaster says, since when did Todd Fox postgame show turn into a relationship counseling Q Lombardi? If only Farkas would listen, he would have gotten laid with all the counseling I've given that kid, and that kid just refuses to listen.
What the hell's going on out here?
Exactly. And Todd is being myopic. Andrew says, good for him or whatever, but it's annoying that everyone is barely realizing it when we saw it for 7 years. That's what happens when he's protected up and down the lineup. Pick your poison. That's what I've said. That's what you said. That's what the right Angel fans are understanding. It's easy to put up these numbers and do what he's doing. And even he did what he was doing here in less time. Like in 135 games that he played, again, dude didn't finish a whole season for us. Only time he did was in 21 and 22. In 23, 44 homers and 95 RBIs in only 135 games. So he missed almost a quarter of the season and still put up that numbers. So I don't care about the resentment. I think it's normal in sports. But you can't blame the failure of a pitching staff on Ohtani and the failure of it's not his fault. I didn't say we missed the playoffs because of Ohtani. I didn't say the staff failed because of him. I said they don't and they didn't perform as good as they could because they have a diva on the team. They had a diva on the team to where, again, if you've played professional sports, my man, if you've played professional sports, having a normal workout regimen or a consistent plan on how you go about your day to stay at your best is something that elite athletes do to stay in shape, to stay with the ever-changing their body and to keep up with the rest of the athletes. You got to be at your best. You have to have a regimen. You have to be like consistent. When someone is bigger than the team and they can dictate whether you start or you sit and they're not the manager, that's funking with the team. That's all I've said. And that's all I'll continue to say. Little Wayne says, could you please elaborate on the Puff Daddy baby oil? Well, if you haven't seen the indictment, real quick, Puff Daddy's been indicted for sex trafficking, having freak-offs where he has a bunch of male and females, some against their will, having sex for multiple hours, sometimes days. Think about this. A woman is getting gang raped, or at least according to her. And to keep her conscience, and there's video proof of this. The FBI has it. This is just a short-term version. She's hooked up to an IV to keep her, fluids going because she's not able to eat because he's so hyped up on E, which is a pink ecstasy that he smuggled in from somewhere else. And they caught him with that as well. And other drugs to keep you going. I mean, dude is just a disaster. I mean, he's Bill Cosby times 1,000. And the baby oil, they caught him with over 1,000 bottles of baby oil. He likes to drench the males and females in baby oil. Look, if you think I'm lying, just look it up. And it's one of those things where 50 Cent was right from the start. That dude was calling it. And the next one to fall, Jay-Z. 50 Cent said it. Jay-Z's going down. He's next. Watch. I guarantee. I look. What does 50 Cent have to lose? He's been shot like 7 or 8 times. He ain't scared of nobody. He spoke his mind. Him and Cat Williams exposed everything. Just saying. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hello, is this Todd?
No.
This is Dr. Jefferson with the Downtown Clinic.
Yes.
The reason I'm calling is because we had a patient come in a few days ago.
Uh-huh. This AI
It's
is so
standard
fast.
practice for us to inform the patient's past sexual partners who may be possibly infected with the same sexually transmitted disease.
Very nice. So, for the record, that AI hung up on me. I guess the joke wasn't going good. And it would have been funny if you came out with the sexual transmitted disease faster, but AI is so slow. And then might have been better if you could call with your own voice and maybe disguise it with an impression. No, that would be comedy. That'd be too hard. I'm sorry. I thought you had creativity. I'm sorry. AI doesn't always work for everybody. I'm just saying. Little Wayne says, oh, I already got that one. Halo Forever says, and I don't give two shits about him. He went to the blue and he didn't prove anything. Exactly. Dale says, at least we aren't on a bye this week. We have 2 days of practice, 3 days off. The head coach said we needed a mental break. Absolutely. If you've been that bad, Mateo, start over. Like I've been saying, Todd Fox Hayes says, Angels baked the cake. Now everyone and their moms are enjoying it. Yeah, it's one of those things, man. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hiya, how are you doing there? That's super awesome. So I'm Greg. I'm one of the committee members for Gay Pride.
Thought that was going somewhere. Tyler says, I'm sorry, but I still can't get over the fact that Farkas Moms calls him Big 20. Just say I can't either. It's like Big 20, throw out the trash. What? Also, thanks for your explanation on Puff Daddy. This explains my Johnson & Johnson stock tanking. Mario says, if the allegations on Diddy are proven in court, the death penalty would not be enough. Well, here's the thing. He's getting 35 at least, and they're also taking down a lot of his personal assistants, his managers. I mean, he had a lot of people, bodyguards. Dude is going to get 15 years just for scraping off the serial numbers on 3 AK-47s. That's a minimum 15 years. Oh, let's use another beautiful call. What do you got for me now?
Hi. Do you guys have any toilet paper?
I heard this one like 3 years ago.
Right now.
3 years ago. That's the grandma complaining about the toilet paper and needing to take a dump and everything. Really not funny. So we apparently have some of Farkas's probably friends calling, like 10, 12-year-olds. It's all good. It's all good. Did you guys hear about Dan Campbell's address getting leaked? Yeah, he's got to move. That sucks for him. But see, we've been all over the place. But yeah, that's my rant about Ohtani. I had to get that off my chest. I mean, come on. What are we going to talk about here? A 3-1 loss to a team that should beat the shit out of us, 13-1. Once again, good pitching up and down the lineup against the team that's going to make the postseason. And again, zero hitting, zero changes, adjustments, the same old shit, swing for the fences. Chicks did the long ball. Talking about that all year. And over analytics, over sabermetrics. It's boring baseball. Very boring. This, I cannot wait for it to finally finish. And I hate saying that about my Angels, but it's where I'm at. But I'm going to ride this thing out to the last game of the season, and then we'll talk some postseason baseball. And we'll be there. And I hope that the Dodger fan that came up with my name on the YouTube thing, which is very creative, I hope you call when the Dodgers are eliminated. When the Dodgers are eliminated, I expect you to be on here. And I want to hear what you got. Go on.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hey, is this Todd?
Mm-hmm.
So you the one who hit my car?
Here we go.
Well, you left your phone number on my windshield.
You already played this one before.
Yeah, let me guess. You drive a red car?
Nope.
Listen, B, you scratch us out.
Who says B? I mean, again, he used that one before. Doesn't do nothing for me. Dan Campbell's a Detroit Lions coach. Dan says, I bet Diddy's going to sing like a bird, and his only protection is in the slammer. In my opinion, he's connected to the island, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's true. If he does sing, though, he might end up like the other guy did, hung in his cell. That's all I'm saying, because he knows a lot about a lot of people. If you listen to some of the other shows where they talked about when he was with Busta Rhymes, he tried to get God, who's that other rapper? He tried to get him to like a gay sex club, and like they were freaking out, like, what are you doing, man? So it's all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, that's it's just a trip, dude. It's all playing out in real time, so it's gonna be crazy. The Libyans are calling. Oh man. Mario says, you're going to have one more live show at Mezzo's or somewhere else too close the season out, or are you going to? I'm thinking about it. It's either going to be, oh, God damn it. It's either going to be Mezzo or probably Noble.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. I was just calling because I live down the street from you and your daughter come to my house today.
And it's all like Skype numbers. So again, they can't use their own number because they know the minute you give me your number on here, if you do some stupid shit like that, again, I'm not going to call these people the same dude back because he's using different numbers. But if you were to go personal, then, come on now. If you're going to prank call, I'm not taking offense to it. You can jump in. I'm answering the phones for a reason. I could just shut the phones off and it wouldn't be a problem. It doesn't bother me one bit. But just like, if you're going to do it like Howard Stern used to do back in the day before he went woke. He was actually funny. They actually had funny skits. They actually used their own voices. They had setups. It was good. I like to laugh. None of your calls are making me laugh. It's just boring. It's stupid. So if you got any personality, if you got any comedic genius in your bones, then call in with something good. If not, it's just a waste of time, dude. Like, it ain't even funny. Appreciate the hookup right there, Tyler, the super sticker. Awesome as most people are that come in there like Tyler does and helps out the show. We really appreciate that. So yeah. Isn't there one more thing but with Ohapi? Oh yeah, that's October 5th. That's at that bowling alley over there. I want to say in Lakewood. I'll have more information on that. So we'll meet up with him and some other players right there. And I'll have more information on that. But we're closing out the season, and I'm very, very thankful for everybody. See, my voice is cracking. Sound like puberty. Been very, very happy for all those that have been a part of the show, in the comments, calling up, the ones that are actually have a take. But I appreciate everyone in the comments, everyone that's been, supportive of the show. And we really appreciate everything that you guys and gals have been doing all season, hanging with us. And it just blows my mind to think that if the Angels were anywhere close to 500 or just anywhere close to a wild card spot, how much fun this would be. Some nights it's fun, regardless, win or lose, and sometimes it really sucks. But you guys make it worth it. And again, we're a small fish in a big pond of, Angels people. Like, it just seems like, you got a guy like Halo Tees who can freaking say something racist about Ohtani and still have 18,000 followers because he doesn't get copywritten for the shirts for whatever reason. We make a shirt with the logo or a likeness and we get cease and desist. He gets to do whatever the hell he wants, I guess, because he knows someone on the inside. And you got other shows with like established numbers. Like every follower, every subscriber we've gotten it the right way. We don't pay for it like Top Plays. You know, they have a large contingency of I didn't know there was that many baseball fans in India and Egypt and parts of Africa. But apparently they get good Wi-Fi out there, and hey, it is what it is. I wish we can have some of those fans. Not really. They don't. None of their fans respond. I mean, it's hilarious how you can have almost 100,000 followers and only have 30 comments and 5,000 likes. I mean, come on, numbers don't add up. But I appreciate everyone that's been here with us since day one, and I appreciate everyone's comments. Everyone that reposts our stuff. You know, we repost some of your guys' stuff. You guys tag us with things or you message us about, is this going on? So we're going to be much better. We're going to get our shit together, as Rick and Morty would say, for next season. And we're going to have a lot more fun things to do and also have a lot more content. And so we're looking forward to it. It's just, this season has been very, very frustrating. And I thought last year's was going to be the rock bottom, but this year is definitely, hopefully, rock bottom. Hunter's scoring more because they're asking where's Hunter at. I haven't heard from him in a while. I appreciate that too. Halos forever right there. I appreciate that. So with that being said, we'll cut it off there. I've talked way too much. My throat is gone for tonight. I need something to drink because
for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
No, I don't want that, but I need some to get me fired up. So, and the season's over.
If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me, then shut up.
Well, I'm sorry.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
No, I don't think it starts tonight. I think it's just about over. So, just like the show, we're going to go out with some Savage Garden, a song we've played way too much, but this team has played. Actually, you know what? They had a lead. So let's just play this one to mix it up a little bit. Good night, everybody.
1, 2